We talked about sit-down restaurants at Disney World, but what if you don't have the time or money to dedicate to your meals? Are there still good options for you? Heck yeah, there are, and we're going to talk about them.
I don't need a map to find a little magic. Playing it by ears, yeah, playing it by ears. You and me right here, playing it by ears.
Welcome back to Play It By Ears podcast. I'm Kate.
And I'm Leanne.
And we're talking about QSRs, known as quick service restaurants at Disney World. You know, Leanne is a sit-down girly. I am a grab-and-go quick service girly. So this is my time to shine. I don't even know if you've eaten at all these places. I've eaten at a bunch of them, not all of them, but we're going to kind of talk about every single park and go through them and highlight most of the quick service restaurants, but also just give you the ones that I think are the best, most accommodating for kids and families. And we'll kind of run through it to hopefully help you figure out what you want to eat at Disney World.
Awesome. First, who's on your ears, Kate?
Okay, so this is my lovely Chippendale friends. They are in little bao buns. I got these when we went to Shanghai in November, and I've been needing an excuse to wear them. And so I don't think you can always get buns. I think you can for like festivals at EPCOT, which is a snack. So I guess that kind of works for my quick service snack game here. But I don't have a shirt on. I am drinking out of a mug. It is a Disneyland mug. It's like those Starbucks mugs. But it's not the original ones. It's like they released a second rendition that's a little bit more retro. And so I got those. You mean
like this one?
Yeah, that's the original ones.
Yes.
Which park is that? Is that
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought, Starbucks is kind of a QSR inside Magic Kingdom. So yep. I don't really have any QSR clothes. I'm wearing another Expedition Everest Yeti ski school.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice. I have a mug. I don't know if I have that exact one, but I have one just like that. You know that I have them for all the parks. Those are the ones that I do not touch. So I am surprised that you're willing to touch yours because I am like deathly afraid. These ones though, however, since they are the second edition, I use these ones freely. And so far nothing's happened to them. So knock on wood.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I do use this. I would go back and get a new one if something happened to it. The Paris one, though, I can't just go back and get a new one. So that one sits here.
That's so fair. The ones that I have from different countries, I'm like, don't even look at them because you never know.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right. So getting back to QSR. So my first question is, Kate, when you're dining QSR food, are you sitting or are you walking? So people who listen to this episode, are they still going to get to sit down and relax? Or is this going to be like go, 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 like rope dropping type vibes?
So the restaurants we're going to cover are kind of both. So I'll be talking about the quick service restaurants, which are sit-down restaurants. So the way they differ from sit-down or table service restaurants is that you don't have a server. So you'll go up to the counter or you'll mobile order, which we can talk about in a second, and then pick up your food and find a table. Where the table service, you have a server. But we'll also kind of go over some snacks that I recommend because some parks, and I'm thinking of Magic Kingdom specifically, is way better known for their snack game than their quick service game. So I'll highlight both of them. But when I'm thinking of quick service, I am thinking you're going to order and you're going to sit down and enjoy your meal. Snacks, however, I typically will eat on the go, like a cheeseburger spring roll, or a pretzel, or like a premium ice cream bar. Those are on the go. So the first thing we'll talk about is how to mobile order, because this is crucial. And I'll talk about some of the tips I have when we think about quick service restaurants. But the biggest one is mobile ordering. And the way you do that is you go on the app, which I'll do right now. We can do it together. And there's 3 ways you can find a restaurant to mobile order. So when you open the app, you're going to be shown the map of most likely Magic Kingdoms where it first opens. So you can either hit dining in the top section and then find the restaurant on the map and then click on it. Or you can go onto your home screen. There's a plus button in the middle. If you hit the plus button, you can see on one of the options, it says order food. That's probably your easiest if you don't know what you want to eat. You just want to mobile order something because this will give you all of the options that are available. And you can filter by park. You can filter on if it's available now or later. And you can also filter nearby. And if you have your location on for your app, it'll show you things that are close to you. And then if I actually know which one I want to order, like I'm set on Casey's Corner, for example, you can go under the search button and type in Casey's Corner, and then that'll bring up that exact restaurant, and then you can mobile order from there. And when you click on it, it'll say begin order. So those are the 3 ways you can do it. To me, I use all 3 interchangeably. It just depends on if I know what I want or I don't.
All of that's really user friendly. So it's,
Yes.
it shouldn't be, we're not telling you something that you probably won't hopefully figure out.
Yeah, it's not like lightning lanes where you have to have like a strategy. It's very, you click build, begin order, you can select your arrival window, and then you can kind of pick and choose what you want. The thing I love about mobile ordering, and this is probably, like I said, my first tip, is you can customize your order. So on there, you can add ingredients, remove ingredients. It sometimes can be a little easier than going to the counter, just talking to someone. You can kind of figure out what you want on there. And then
Take
you
your
can
time
also
with the menu.
Yeah, exactly. You can also select your arrival window. And this one is another huge tip because I think you need to order earlier than you think you need to order. Because when you think about like lunch or dinner, everyone is hungry. Everyone wants to eat at the same time. So instead of mobile ordering right when the time that you're going to eat at, I recommend looking at it maybe like 2 hours earlier. So like a 10 a.m. sitch for a 12 p.m. And you can select 12 p.m. So even if it's saying, hey, we have food available now, you're not ready, no problem. Select your arrival time to be at 12, which is when you want to eat. If you don't, and you wait until 12, the arrival windows will get further and further away because so many people are trying to mobile order at the same time. So I would hate for you to order at 12 p.m., open the app and say, shoot, I can only come back from 2 to 2:30. Like no one wants that. You can wait in line if that does happen. Like you're not out of luck with food. But this is just the fastest way to get food when you have hangry kids at 12 p.m. Because if you already have this ready to go, you hit begin order, you arrive when it's ready. You don't have to wait in line at all. You just pick up your food and you go. I know you're not a quick service girly, but you use it, right?
Definitely. Definitely. I feel like that was during COVID, that was the only way to order because then you weren't lining up so they could maintain space between people. So I was kind of forced to use it then, but I love it. I agree. And it's just, you do have to be planning ahead a little bit, but the reward is you're not going to wait in line. You're not going to wait for your food to be made. And don't worry, they don't make it until you are ready to receive it. So it is not just sitting under a heat lamp. So yeah, it's my way to go. I'll definitely do it if I'm like thinking about it in advance, or if it's like not prime time and I'm walking from here to the other side of the park and I want a coffee, I'll like plan to pick it up on the other side when I'm at my destination.
Yes, that does help if you know the map or the park really well and you know what's on the way to where you're going, which you can still do on the app. You can kind of like pick an attraction and then you can route it and you can see what's on your way for if you want coffee. And we talked about this already, but don't wait until you're hungry, especially if you have kids. Don't wait until they're like, I'm starving, because waiting in line or even mobile ordering is going to be chaotic and stressful. And I know a lot of people will say like, oh, I want to just see what's available and what's around me to figure out what I want to eat. And that's fine, but I generally recommend looking at the restaurants in advance and figuring out what your kids will want or figuring out what's going to be nearby you at the time of lunch. Like if you're on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at like 11, you have a lightning lane, then look around Frontierland for what's available for you after there and pick something the day before that you know that you want to mobile order. Because I just have had experience where everyone's grouchy, everyone's grumpy. You end up settling for something you don't want. You get these chicken nuggets that you've had 1,000 times and fries when there are actually great options for you if you just plan ahead. And then, Leanne, you talked about it already before, but you have to tap I'm here when you're close. So if I'm using Magic Kingdom as an example. If I'm on Space Mountain, but I want to eat in Adventureland, I can't hit I'm here and then assume it's going to take 15 minutes and I'll just walk over. You do have to be close to the restaurant to be able to hit make my order because I don't want it sitting out.
Yeah, I was going to say, and you don't want to do that because it will sit out. Yeah.
Nope. So you can pick your arrival time, but then you have to then go in there and say, yep, I'm here, make my food. And then typically after that, it comes out pretty quickly.
Yep. And then the app will say, pick it up at this window. Here's your number.
Yep. And then if you want to get a little bit strategic and efficient with it, like do this while you're waiting in line for a ride. So if you're like on these long waits, like Rides of Resistance or Flight of Passage, and your kids are playing games in the queue, you might as well just tee up some food because they're probably going to be hungry by the time they've gotten off that ride. So use that time wisely and figure out where you want to eat after that. Especially if you're at Flight of Passage, I highly recommend going to Satuli Canteen right after, and it's right next to it. But we'll get into it later, but that's my do that one. Okay, I think we talked about everything besides, don't forget you can mobile order breakfast. I think a lot of people either are rushing in the morning and do grab and goes at the resorts, which most of the resorts quick service also have mobile ordering. So don't think it has to be done at just the parks. It can be done at the resorts. And then, yeah, just don't forget about it. Like if you are going to pass this coffee place, think about that because everyone is hungry and everyone is tired and everyone wants their coffee in the morning. So make sure you're getting ahead of people by doing that mobile ordering. My last tip is just having a backup restaurant. I think that if you plan ahead, you don't have to worry about this because if you find your favorite restaurant and you do the 2 hours before, you should be fine with your whatever arrival window you want. But let's say you end up being at the different end of the park than you thought you were going to be, or you forgot to do the arrival window early in advance and now it's 12 and you're starting to panic and you go on and you see your favorite restaurants not for a couple hours, it's worth having a backup or two just in case. Or like your kids say, I don't want fish sticks right now. I want burgers. Like make sure you know what your kids will want as backups, like their go-to favorites, and then have that on hand. So let's go into all the parks. We'll start with Magic Kingdom. This one, again, I love the snacks here. I'm so about the food. There are a few decent options, but nothing compared to the other parks. So we'll just do this one first. And then in order, what I recommend is Columbia Harbor House. It's near Haunted Mansion. It's my top choice. It serves seafood, which I know could be weird to some people getting seafood in a theme park. I also was one of those people that was like, I don't know if I really want salmon in a theme park. I'm here to say it is really good. I've never had bad food here before. And what I like about this place is it's not as popular as some other places. And there's an upstairs that is giant and usually quieter. So if you just need a little decompression break and some AC, this is a great option. Have you been there before?
No, I am soaking up so much in this and I'm trying to think of questions and I really just am like, okay, now I have to try this place. Okay, now I have to try this place.
Yeah,
I have been to the next one on your list.
Okay. So this is the one I probably go to the most. This was the longest name and I always get it confused. So I wrote it down. Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. It is not an inn. It's just a name, but it is quick service. It's near Tiana's Bayou Adventure in Frontierland. It serves like Tex-Mex. So think like rice bowls, quesadillas, tacos, salads. If you like good old Tex-Mex, this is solid. It's not going to rock your world, but it's not bad by any means. It is like decent Tex-Mex food. So like I said, I get this probably more than any other quick service restaurant here in Magic Kingdom. So, and they have a huge restaurant, so you will always find a table. It's indoors. Nothing is outside. So I really like it. I've also used this place for a nap in the afternoon for my baby, just because it is a little bit darker and it's so big that you can kind of find a corner where you can kind of just put them to sleep. So double tip, if you need a place, that is also a good one.
So I'm actually going to correct you. There is a tiny little outdoor patio.
Have you eaten on the patio?
Yes, because this restaurant is on the parade route, but they have very strategically put up a very thick fence. So you cannot camp out there to watch the parade. However, we were there during the parade at night and the floats that are really, really tall, you can see over the fence. So we actually did like have the kids like hold them up so they could see like kind of up over the fence and see the top like parts of the floats.
That's awesome. Well, you know, I love watching a parade at Frontierland. That's like my number one. So I recommend that. Okay, moving on. So this restaurant is in Main Street area. It's Casey's Corner. It is known for hot dogs, corn dogs. Their most iconic thing is corn dog nuggets, which are exactly how they sound. These like little baby nuggets. They're fantastic. They serve it with like the cheapo Depot $1 cheese. I think it's just solid. If your kids are hot dog fans or corn dog fans, they're going to find this to be amazing.
It's very like turn of the century Pepsi, Coke themed. Baseball food.
Fun fact is if you go right when it opens, I think at like 10:30 or 11:30, check in the app when it opens. Someone that works there will throw a baseball to someone in the audience. And if you catch it, you get a free little brownie. And I've actually been that person.
Oh, how do you just like tag this on as like a random fun fact? That's really cool. It's like the first pitch.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is because it's supposed to be the first pitch into it. I don't know. I just remembered we did that. I think it was during COVID, so there wasn't a lot of competition because they're probably going to gear it more towards kids. And I think the guy saw me and was like, oh, okay, you want to catch it? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And then
that girl needs a brownie.
Here's your brownie, ma'am. And I'm like, thank you. Yep. So if that seems like something your kids would love, camp out at like 10:30ish. Okay. So the next one I would say is fine. It's going to do the job. It is called Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. It's in Tomorrowland. It's next to the Tomorrowland Speedway. It's the giant classic chicken tenders, hamburgers, french fries, all the things that your kids are going to want and crave that are just fine. Like nothing's bad here, but it's theme park food. So it's not going to wow your world either. But if you're like, you've been trying some fun foods that we've been talking about with Liam before, like sit downs, and then your kids are like, I just want chicken tenders, this is the spot for you. It's huge. There's indoor sections, there's outdoor sections. I've also had a nap here for my baby outside in the corner. So like I said, it's huge. So it does the trick. And then the last one is something I highly do not recommend. You know, I'm a pizza girly. We've talked about it plenty of times. Yes, X if you're watching. If not, I'm making an X. It's called Pinocchio's Village House. It is in Fantasyland. It serves these quote unquote flatbreads. They're just trash. If your kids are like, I absolutely need pizza, I'm going to lose my stuff everywhere, fine. Unless that is you and your situation, do not go here. Do not. I know you might be tempted. I'm always tempted by pizza. Don't do it. It's not worth it. The only cool thing
because it's so cute. So cute.
Well, yeah, it's really cute in there. And the really cool thing about it is if you're sitting there, you can see the small world. That's where you can see like the loading and unloading and the boats going through. So it has that like EPCOT Grand Fiesta Tour vibe, but like not as. So you might be tempted, but it's just not worth it, I promise. But yeah, those are all the ones with Magic Kingdom. But again, we're going to quickly talk about snacks because this is where I think it shines. So the first one is cheeseburger spring rolls. They are also exactly how they sound. They're located in the front of Adventureland. Like as you're walking into it, there's a little snack cart. You probably passed it so many times and didn't even know what it was. It's not serving popcorn. It's serving these things called cheeseburger spring rolls. And inside of a spring roll, it's ground burger and cheese, and it tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger smashed into a spring roll. It is fantastic. They do sell out throughout the day. There's always a line. So if you know you want this, plan to get it around like an 11 a.m. sitch before the crowd gets there. Because once they sell out, they're done for the day.
I've heard such good things about these. I've never had them and I didn't even know where they are. So now I know.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's like such a little small snack cart. Like there's no pictures on it. There's no giant sign. You walk past it and you have no idea, which I think is why it makes it fun too. Yeah. So now you guys know with us. Shh, don't tell anyone. Okay, the most iconic one, and we've talked about this in our game. This is the most iconic snack, everyone.
According to Copilot.
Thank you. It is the Dole Whip. So there are two places to get it. Both are in Adventureland. There is Aloha Isle and Sunshine Tree Terrace. I always go to Aloha Isle. It's the one that's next to the Aladdin ride.
Oh, Aladdin.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It also from there. Magic Carpets. It's right there. I'm pretty sure you can mobile order. And I always go to that one. The Sunshine Tree Terrace has sometimes like an orange flavor, where if you just want the classic, I would always go to Aloha Isle. It's pretty fast. Even if there's a long line, they move. But if you didn't know what Dole Whip is, it's like a frozen pineapple treat, similar to like a soft serve or a sorbet. They do have vanilla options. My favorite is getting a mix of the pineapple Dole Whip and vanilla ice cream, and they swirl it. It is so good because it's creamy and tart and sweet. It's just a perfect blend. So if you need a recommendation, that is mine.
Great for cooling off in the Florida heat.
Yes. Again, I love going and seeing the parade at Frontierland, and what's even better is getting the Dole Whip first and then enjoying it while you're looking at the parade. It is chef's kiss. Okay, so the next one is kind of underrated. And I don't think a lot of people even know what it is, and that's why I love it so much. It is waffle sandwiches at Sleepy Hollow. It's located in Liberty Square, right next to the Christmas shop if you're walking through, kind of by like Hall of Presidents. They have a spicy chicken and waffle sandwich. Amazing. But then my personal favorite is I love their Nutella and fruit waffle. It's also just fantastic. It's a great snack. It's good to share with people. It's exactly what you think of, like just Nutella all over, strawberries, bananas, and like a folded waffle. It's nothing fancy, but it is done so well.
Nice. That sounds so good.
Yeah. And then the last one is Gaston's Tavern. They are known for their giant cinnamon rolls, like literally like this big. So make sure you have some friends with you or you go really hungry. I always go there. I typically try to pair it with coffee and just enjoy like my 3 p.m. coffee snack. That's exactly like why I always get it. But I think it's fantastic. They also have like Mickey cinnamon rolls in Starbucks and other places. Those to me are hit or miss, where Gaston's is always amazing. I don't know if it's just the shape of it or what, but sometimes I find when it's the Mickey ones, they're a little bit hard and old, where the Gaston's ones are always fresh and ooey gooey.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. Okay. Done with snacks, done with quick service at Magic Kingdom. Anything I missed, or anything that, like, what is your favorite if you've ever had to get a quick service?
I'm so bad at snacking. I just like, it's not that I don't eat snacks, it's that I just like forget what I had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I put more effort into researching if I'm at an event like Mickey's Not So Scary or EPCOT festivals where like I'm sustaining on snacking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so as we move to EPCOT,
Yeah.
what we're talking about today is not festival food. Like, it is the stuff that is always available. You cannot mobile order festival food. So all those tips don't pertain to that. We're not talking festival food.
That's a good point. And when you look about World Showcase and you see all the different countries, each country typically has a sit-down restaurant, like table service, like what Liam would do, and then at least one quick service. And then typically they also have like a snack stand that will also sometimes be used for the festivals. So we're going to kind of go through all of the quick service restaurants, or at least some of them that I recommend. And the first one is Regal Eagle Smokehouse. It's located in the American Pavilion, and it serves amazing barbecue. Like, truly, if you love barbecue, this is pretty good. I mean, again, theme park food, so we're not in Texas here, but like everyone that I know that's eaten there has been like solid barbecue. So that is one that I think is probably my most recommended of everything in Epcot. And like you said, again, like we are such a big festival foodies or like fancy sit downs for Epcot that a lot of these quick services I've eaten at, but I don't eat at a lot. So it might have been a few years since I've been to some of these. But the next one is La Cantina de San Angel. It's located on the outside part of Mexico. So like we talked about the one that's inside, and they both have San Angel in the name. Very confusing. The one that's inside is the inn. And I think if you look at it, it'll tell you like inside. Make sure you know the difference. But the one on the outside, while it doesn't have as good of a view as the pyramid, it does have beautiful views of the water. So it has a nice relaxing vibe. If you still want to be outside, but you just want to relax a bit, this is a perfect one because it's right outside on that waterway. And it's just good old Tex-Mex.
Do you have a favorite food there? Or it's just pretty solid, reliable all around?
It's similar to Pecos at Magic Kingdom. It's just like getting your quesadilla or your tacos. They have decent margaritas there. If I had to get a margarita, it'd be inside the Mexico Pavilion. But if I was like, I just have to get one, it's solid there. So like, don't be afraid to get one there.
I mean, sometimes you just need a margarita.
Correct. And you don't want to wait because the one inside the pyramid always has a long line. So if you need it like in your veins right this second, get it there. Okay, have you been to Connections Eatery? Because you're with kids, so I figured your kids might have eaten here.
Probably got some macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
If that's a thing there. But there's also, they do like, I could have been there for festival food because I think they'll have some like festival food specials.
Yep. They usually have something there for festivals. It's located next to the Starbucks, like on the way towards Guardians. It's giant food hall. It has all your classic options. So if you are there for festivals and your kids aren't having it, they're tired of eating like deconstructed key lime pie, this is a great option for you because it's going to have all your traditional foods that they're going to know and love. Burgers, pizzas, chicken, everything. And it's indoors. So I think it's fine. It serves that purpose for you guys. I don't try to eat there very often, but I also don't have a picky kid at this point. So, okay, Sunshine Seasons. So this is the one that's located in the Land Pavilion. What I've found with this one is it is mostly healthier options because if you think about where the land is and you think about living with the land and all the healthy vegetables and fruits and stuff that they're growing there, this restaurant or this quick service restaurant will kind of mimic that. So you have salads, wraps, salmon, grilled chicken. You can find a lot of vegan and vegetarian options here. So if that is of your family, this is a great option for you. And if you just need a little bit more of like you're tired of having French fries every day, come here. You'll find something on the healthier side for you.
You're going to get Adam choking. That's what I do. I choke him. I like didn't even drink water.
I was going to say, I didn't even see you drink water. It's just
Good.
Okay. The last two that I'm going to talk about is Lotus Blossom Cafe. It's located in the China Pavilion. I would say this is like your typical Chinese restaurant at home. It's going to have all the same stuff you can get at like the place down the road. If that is something that you need or want, great, go it for there. I don't recommend going there. The same thing with the Katsura Grill, which is the next one. It's in the Japanese pavilion. Serves like teriyaki, miso soup. Again, all the things you can find at your Japanese restaurant at home. So if you are craving that, you will find something there that suits you. Is it good food? It's fine food. It's edible. It'll do the job. But like for me, when I'm at EPCOT, the food better be so good that it's going to pull me away from a festival booth, or it's going to pull me away from one of these cool sit-down restaurants that we talked about in a previous episode. So those two I definitely would not recommend unless you are really in the mood for Chinese or Japanese food.
Quickly and cheaply.
Okay, let's talk about the snacks because the snack game is also good here. Okay, so, and bear with me, I'm probably going to pronounce some of these things wrong. The first one is the amazing French bakery we've already talked about so many times. It is Leal's, I think is how you pronounce it. It's really good there. Anything that you want, you're going to have a great time there. Quiches, breads, everything's fantastic. Freshly made. There are long lines, so just be aware of that. Like, I typically try to go before the rush. Like we talked about with Rope Drop, like right after Remy's, I typically try to go there. Summerfest, we talked about in a previous episode, or a game where we had bread pudding. That is where you get the famous bread pudding. That is so good. It's... My husband also loves Summerfest because this is the only place, I don't know if it's the only place. It is a place where you can get his favorite beer, Schafferhofer, on draft. And that is a very rare beer to get on draft. And so he thinks that's really cool. So
What's it called?
Schafferhofer. It's like that grapefruit beer that's like 2%. So it's basically juice.
Can you say it one more time?
Schafferhofer. It's German. Yes, that is like his go-to. Okay, another place in Germany that's really good is bear with me, Caramel Kusch. It's the caramel bakery. They have so many different caramel fantastic treats. So it's like, I don't know if it's sponsored by Werther's, but it has like that vibe of like caramel in baked goods and just caramel treats. Really good, really fresh. Okay, moving on. So in France, sorry, we probably should have stayed in France and hit them all, but we did Leal's. In France, that's not Leal's. They also have this ice cream shop. And I've actually never had this, but I've seen it online so many times. It's supposed to be amazing. It's where you can get a scoop of ice cream, and then they'll put it in a brioche bun, and then they'll warm up the brioche bun on top. So it's like an ice cream sandwich where the outside is warm, and then inside is ice cream. And when we go there next, we should absolutely get that.
Okay.
And then they have like crepes also in France. Also good, solid.
I've gotten those. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, they seem pretty authentic, so my kids really enjoy them. What's not to like about a giant flat pancake with like ice cream wrapped up into it?
Exactly. The snack game at Epcot's so good. I know I said about Magic Kingdom, but that's just because the food at Magic Kingdom is so that the snacks shine, where Epcot just has great food overall.
Yeah. And the crepe stand is kind of hidden. It's back in, like, kind of around the back of the French Pavilion on your way to the Remy ride.
Yeah.
And there's a bathroom right there. It's very convenient.
Yes, it is. Okay. The next one that I like to do for snack is, well, it's kind of a snack, kind of a meal. It's in the UK Pavilion. It is fish and chips. So they have the sit-down restaurant, but they also have a grab-and-go called Yorkshire Country Fish Shop. And they just serve fish and chips. So you don't have to go into the sit-down restaurant to get fish and chips. You can get them right there. They're fantastic. They're so yummy. They're on par with, if you've been to Universal, they have great fish and chips in the Harry Potter world. These are like right on par with those. And then moving forward, we have Canada Pavilion. And this is another snack that I actually haven't eaten myself, but everyone talks about how good their maple popcorn. And when I think about these popcorns, it reminds me of when we go to Asia parks and they're so obsessed with different flavors, where it's not just the classic butter. So that's kind of what this is. It's maple. It smells so good. If you walk by the Canada Pavilion, you can like just smell the popcorn.
I haven't figured out why in the Japanese pavilion they don't bring over like the tiniest hint of Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland, like some of the popcorn or some of the unique gift shop gifts. You just got me
Yes.
thinking about, I want to eat more of that popcorn.
Yeah, they definitely should have some cool popcorn buckets or flavors there. Like you can get cool flavored Kit Kats and stuff in the store, and so I appreciate that. But you're right, like they should bring stuff over, and they should have like Duffy and Friends merch in that store. I guess they're trying to make it more authentically Japanese and less Tokyo Disney, if I had to guess. But
yeah,
give
which
me
is a
the
segue
Duffy and
into
Friends
your
stuff.
last recommendation.
Yes. I think the Japan pavilion is my favorite, and I think it's because of the store. It is so fun to go in, especially if you're a kid, because one of the coolest things you can do there is you pick an oyster and then they crack it open, and if you're lucky, you get a pearl in it. And they have some rare ones. I've seen a kid pull out an oyster and they open it and there's 2 pearls inside.
Oh,
and
wow.
the woman was like, "Oh my God, it's so rare." Like you can get some very expensive ones. I've also seen it where you open it and there's nothing in there. So it's kind of fun, kind of a chance game. But if you're a kid, you're going to love that.
Well, if you're a kid, you're going to love this store because it has all this really popular Japanese IP like Nintendo, Pokemon, Godzilla, Hello Kitty. Just like my kids got a Godzilla toy there. I didn't think we'd walk out of Disney World with a Godzilla toy. And then, like you mentioned before, all these different snacks, like prepackaged snacks, like different flavors of Kit Kat, Pocky, weird chips.
Yeah, so if you want to play, I love playing games in the store where it's like, okay, everyone has to spend under $10, but you have to find like the coolest or most unique snack, and then we'll go outside and we'll try it. Just be careful because then you'll end up eating dry squid sometimes. So it can be really fun and get Kit Kats, or it can be really adventurous. But they kind of have fun things for try. So I highly recommend going in there and just browsing, see if you have a snack appeals to you. But that's really all I have for EPCOT. So let's move on to Hollywood Studios. So my favorite place in Hollywood Studios is actually one that doesn't really fall into this category. It's not technically a quick service restaurant. Like if you look on the app, it doesn't fall under that, but it's also not a table service restaurant. It's called Baseline Tap House. So it's like a beer pub. You can get cool beer flights. What I love for food-wise here is you can get this giant pretzel that's amazing. They also have a good flatbread and really good charcuterie board. But I also like pairing that with custom beer flights. Like you can pick ones that they recommend to you, or you can just pick some random ones that you like. I always have a good time here. There's not too long of a line typically to get in. But yeah, you don't have to mobile order. You don't have to reserve it in advance. So that's why it doesn't really fall into any of the categories, but I highly recommend going here.
I've always walked by and I feel like it just looks out of place. It just looks like a sports kind of bar, and everyone looks like they're having a good time. So yeah, I'd stop.
Yeah, I always tell my dad, who's like not a Disney person, I'm like, Hollywood Studios is for you because there is a place that has your favorite beer on tap and you can just sit out of the sun and enjoy, and we'll do all the rides. So this is like where all the dads congregate for sure. But I do recommend stopping there. Okay, the next one on our list is Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo. This is going to be probably the more adventurous of all the quick service restaurants, especially in Hollywood Studios. It's in Galaxy's Edge, and it has like pot roast and really cool theming, but it's not going to have just like your typical chicken tenders and french fries. So if your kids are up for that or really love Star Wars, I highly recommend trying it. It's I would say a step above like your chicken tenders and stuff. So while it's adventurous, I think the quality is also there.
Yeah. So I tried to eat here. Because there's also one of these in Disneyland.
Yep.
And we bought like a food and show viewing package.
Okay.
And they canceled on us. So we didn't get the food, but we still watched the show.
Oh. What show?
We got there's like a projection show in Galaxy's Edge. Maybe this is only Disneyland. Maybe it's not Orlando. Of like the whole kind of Star Wars saga, which like it's really hard to have a bad seat there. So
yeah.
Don't need the food package to get a good seat.
Yeah. Another one that people typically overlook, but I think the quality has gotten so much better and worth it now, is ABC Commissary. It's like in the middle of the park, kind of like on a random street. I don't think a lot of people even know where the street is or like go by it.
That's Hollywood Studios. Random streets. I still don't know how to get from A to B there.
Yeah, it is definitely the most confusing park. Or like you'll just find a random little alley and be like, what the heck? Where am I? This is where this restaurant is on a random thing. It used to be trash, like probably because people couldn't even find it, or if they did, whatever. I didn't have it when it was considered trash. I only had it once they revamped the menu. And what they're known for is their grilled cheeses. And they have a buffalo chicken grilled cheese, and it's so good. Like, truly worth stopping there just for that. The menu is limited, I would say. So, like, unless you're craving a buffalo chicken grilled cheese, maybe you don't stop there. But Hollywood Studios doesn't have the best food. I know you feel that way too with like sit-down restaurants. If you need something and you know your kids like grilled cheese and they like buffalo chicken, come here because it's going to be rock solid. And then speaking of that, if you have kids that are like, I don't even want that, I just want the chicken tenders, the place that is going to be like your Cosmic Rays is called Backlot Express. It's right next to Star Tours. And it's like the giant food hall with all the different theme parks. Has your chicken tenders, burgers, fries, everything you can think of. I will say they have a Wookiee cookie. Wookiee is a Star Wars character, right?
Yep.
Okay. That is the
Chewbacca.
one thing I recommend, thank you, for if you're going to go there. Like, everything else is fine, edible, but they do have a Wookiee cookie. It is like a oatmeal cream pie cookie.
Okay.
Like one of those like little Debbie ones, but like fancier.
Okay. Now it makes sense.
Okay, moving on. So there's 2 more left, and these are the 2 that I don't think I've eaten at them. So I can't say if I recommend them or not. They have mixed reviews. So, and they're both near Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster. The first one's Rosie's All-American Cafe on Sunset Boulevard, and it's supposed to serve your classics. I feel like everything I've read online or heard about, it's just okay. It'll do in a pinch. I don't know. A lot of people don't eat there. The next one, I think, has also had a revamp of sorts, and I think it has some decent options, but it's very limited in the menu. It's called Fairfax Fare. I think that's right. They have things like chicken bowls or brisket bowls or Korean pork belly bowls, like bowls, but all very different flavor profiles. So if you are like in the mood for a bowl, I think they're good from what I've read, but limited again. And then the snacks I recommend, they're in Galaxy's Edge because that's where all the fun things are. So the first one is Ronto Roasters. They have wraps there. They have a really good breakfast one and they have a really good lunch one. Both have sausages in them and pork. So if that's not your vibe, that's not going to be for you. But if you want like a good wrap on the go, fantastic. The next one is milk.
I was going to say, I have done the breakfast wrap just because if you're rushing over there to like rope drop Galaxy's Edge, like that's where you're going to end up getting food.
Totally agree. I think that's why I've had that there. Is like you do Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah,
you whipped up Rise of the Resistance and you get off after an hour and you're like, I'm starving. What's nearby? This is the place that's closest to you that will serve breakfast items. So it just leads you kind of there. But I will say it's solid. The milk stand. So this is that iconic icy drink treat that is either blue or green. Everyone's split on which one's better. I think blue is probably a little bit better. But if you haven't had them, I would try them. They're fun. Kids are going to like them. Maybe get one for each kid and have them mix and match. Are they amazing? No. But I think you should at least get it once. And they do have ones that you can get alcohol in them. So fun for the adults and the kids.
Yeah. If you've just watched, I think it's in Last Hope, episode 4 is where they have the blue milk. So if you've just watched it, then your kids are going to want it.
True. Have you had either of them?
I've definitely had blue because it's blue. In the movie, it's blue. And so when you walk up and you're given the choice and you know it from the movie, you're going to go with blue. I can't remember if we've had green.
Yeah, it's okay. Some people like it a lot better. I think, yeah, I don't know. The last one in Galaxy's Edge is called Kat Saka's Kettle. They do have differing ones depending on if you're at Disneyland versus Disney World. So the chocolate popcorn's at Disneyland, but then at Disney World, they have one that's mixed of like berries and like spicy red hot. It's very polarizing. Some people hate it. Some people really love it.
So when I said chocolate popcorn in the snack draft, was I cheating?
Technically, but I'm going to let it slide. Because I don't think you've realized that they don't have that one at the Disney World.
I didn't.
It's okay.
It's so good.
It's okay. Oh, well, then we might as well talk about this really fast because we're talking about Hollywood Studios snacks. So the Jack Jack, is it Num Num or Yum Yum cookie?
Jack Jack cookie Num Num.
Yes. So the one that you really like that's at Disneyland or California Adventure, they do have it at Hollywood Studios, kind of on the way to Toy Story Land. Like when you're walking and you see like some character meet and greets on the way to Toy Story. There's a
Okay.
little snack cart. There's one that's Joffrey's, and then there's one right next to it, and they serve the cookies from Jack Jack.
Is that kind of where the Muppets area was, but is probably under construction now?
No, the Muppets area was kind of back by like Star Tours, like on that side of it. This is like more towards where you would meet like the old villain of Star Wars at Animation Courtyard, what it used to be, like kind of
Okay.
by there.
Okay.
When we go, I'll point it out to you. We can get it on our next trip if we ever go together again. Okay, so then there's one more that's not in Galaxy's Edge I'm going to quickly highlight, and it is actually in Starbucks. And I know we talked about how we don't really go to Starbucks, and it's always busy. I will say, it is called Trolley Car Cafe here. So none of the Starbucks are called Starbucks in there. There's like some other name, and that's what this one is. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this Starbucks, and it's only this one, they have a carrot cake treat. It is unique. It is amazing. If you're a carrot cake fan, I highly recommend it. I have waited in that long line just for it. So that tells you if it's good, it's good. On to Animal Kingdom. I think this typically has the best quick service in any park, but it gets super crowded at peak times. I just went there in September and had a bad experience because it was just so busy. So just know that going in, we're going to do all the tips and tricks that we talked about earlier with mobile ordering early in the day, have a plan so that you don't have to do what I did. And I didn't have a plan. I completely forgot all my tips and tricks. We went there when we were hungry, we were hot, tired, and it was a mess. So do not do that. But this is, again, my favorite quick service, and it is Satuli Canteen. It's in Pandora. It's right next to Expedition Everest. It's right next to Flight of Passage. They have really good bowls. So like chicken bowls, shrimp bowls, beef bowls. And they also have these things called cheeseburger buns. So they're different than the cheeseburger spring rolls, but they're exact same in terms of the food and the taste inside. It's just these are buns versus a spring roll. So if you liked that, you're probably going to like these. And those are on the kids menu. They're really good. I guess I'm taking you have not eaten there or tried those.
I feel like I've ordered something at that place. It was probably a drink though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just like really bad at keeping track of what I like, remembering what I order. But I am with you. It's almost like the newer the park, the newer the restaurant, the better the food. So I think Animal Kingdom, like all the food is much better. And I will add to that, the newer the park, the newer the restaurant, the more vegetarian options.
Mm-hmm. Which is good. And just like healthier options for kids and people. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about Regal Eagle in EPCOT being really good. They have like a sister restaurant that's called Flame Tree Barbecue, which is also really good barbecue. They're very similar, on par with each other. I've actually not had the food there, but like I said, it is like always rated the top in Animal Kingdom if you're into that. So check that out. And then another one is Yak and Yeti Local Food Cafe. This is another one where it's confusing, where this name is similar to a sit-down restaurant, because there's the Yak and Yeti sit-down table service restaurant, and then there's the Yak and Yeti quick service, which is like the local food cafe. It's you go up to order at a counter, and then you sit outside, so that might help you distinguish which one's which. They do have breakfast items there, like typical like sandwiches and stuff like that, but they also are known for like their Asian food, so like sesame chicken, Korean fried chicken, fried rice, egg rolls. I would say, I know I mentioned skipping those types of meals at EPCOT. I would say I don't feel that way with this one. I actually have eaten here, and I thought it was decent. So if you need a quick service option at Animal Kingdom, I think this is fine.
Yeah, I have eaten here and I agree. Like if you are hungry and you want some good old, fried rice, or if your kids like comfort food, Chinese food, like basic fried rice, not super spicy or anything, this is a good one.
And I don't know about you, but I've never had to wait super long for it. So it's a good one where if you forgot and now you guys are hungry and you're walking by and you're just like, oh, I just need food right now. Yeah. Stop here. You won't regret it.
But is all the seating outside?
I thought it was. I thought. Yeah. A lot of the restaurants in Animal Kingdom have seating outside. Like Flame Tree Barbecue's outside.
Satuli Canteen
I think is all outside. I sat outside at least.
It's a tough park to always be outside in. Like that park is always hotter. So point for table service. It'll be inside.
Yes. So we mentioned those. The other one is Harambe Market. So this is one I haven't eaten at. It's in Africa, kind of by the safari area. It serves burgers, wraps, chicken strips. I've heard it's fine, like decent. And then the one that I do not recommend, please don't go here, is Pizza Fari. Again, it's another pizza option that's just trash, but for different. So it's not a flatbread place like the Pinocchio's place. It is these puffy, round, like think of like a Pizza Hut puffy individual pizza for your kids that's just like all dough and like one sad little pepperoni on it and like a little drop of sauce. Like that's what this is. It's nothing like wood-fired pizza. It's nothing like that. So do not go
nothing
here.
like food.
Correct. Nothing like it's not even food, you guys. Okay, that's all the quick services, but let's talk about some of the snacks here because they do have a good snack game as well. First off, they have Dole Whip. Talked about it at Magic Kingdom. It's the same thing here. It's located in Tamu Tamu, which is in Africa. They have great things. There's also a bar right across from it, so if you want to get a drink, get a snack, sitch, that's perfect for you.
Well, hold on. Let's combine these two. So I was here with a friend and it was early morning and we saw that like people were ordering drinks already and we're like, whoa, 9:45, like, come on. But then we saw that you can get the Dole Whip rum float and we're like,
yes.
9:47, that's a different story. Let's go.
That's a great point. Yes, you can get rum floaters in your Dole Whips here. I don't think that's the case at Magic Kingdom.
No.
So
again, point table service. You can only get alcohol at a table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom.
Or Beacon Barrel, but yeah.
Well, that's new.
That's fair.
And you have to get a reservation.
Yeah. So one of the classic iconic treats here is called Mr. Kamal's. They're known for French fries. They used to have a lot of different dips, and I think they've narrowed down the number of dips they have for your French fries, but they're very well seasoned fries. It's really good snack for walking around and just like nomming on it. You can't go wrong with them. They're solid. They're great. But they are just French fries at the end of the day. So like nothing that sustaining. And that's why it's a snack. And something I haven't tried, but I've heard really good things about is it's called 8 Spoon Cafe and they serve mac and cheese. So they have like a buffalo chicken mac and cheese. They have a pulled pork mac and cheese. Like I guess I've never had it, but I've just heard really good things about it. And then the last one is a most recent one, like really recent, like this summer. It's called, the place is called Terra Treats and they serve 2 things. The most viral one right now is called, I don't even know if you've seen this. It's a cookie dough brownie ice cream sandwich. It is so viral right now. It's insane. Like my Instagram is filled with people and the line for this little ice cream cart is insane. So much so that they have someone walking down the line being like, does anyone want the ice cream sandwich? And they'll just like hand it to you because so many people are there for this ice cream sandwich. The top is a layer of cookie dough. Then there's ice cream and the bottom is a brownie. I've heard mixed reviews.
At pictures online. Yeah, it looks like one of those things that looks like a good idea, and then you finish it, and you're like, that was a bad idea.
100%. A lot of people say it's overhyped, but it looks really cool.
And just want to add that the location of Terra Treats is on Discovery Island.
So what I think is the better treat there, more underrated, is the carrot cake sundae. Maybe I'm just like a carrot cake person and
I love carrot cake too.
Well, then we should try it sometime because it's supposed to be amazing.
And it counts as a vegetable.
For health. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else like snacks-wise that you like at Animal Kingdom?
I told you. You're running this show.
I know. I figured you would interject if you had anything. But okay, so those are all of it for Disney World. I'm going to quickly go through Disneyland. I did not pull up quick service restaurants, mostly because I really haven't eaten at a lot of them. I feel like if I'm not with you, I'm just snacking a lot. And if I'm with you, I'm doing sit down. So most of the quick services...
I do have one then.
Oh, okay. Start us off.
Okay.
Go.
Pim's Test Kitchen.
Oh, yes.
Is in the Marvel area of California Adventure.
Avengers Campus,
Yep, Avengers Campus. Thank you. And the whole premise is, I haven't seen the Ant-Man movie, but the whole premise is that they have these particles that can make things grow and shrink to abnormal sizes. So the whole concept, the food's good. It's a newer place, so the food's good, but the whole kind of like fun of it is something will be way too big or way too small. So you could get spaghetti and meatballs, but your meatball is going to be the size of like, I don't know, just too big. It's going to be like the size of your face. Or you might get a smoothie and the smoothie is like a shot. Teeny. Or you might get like Oh, the pretzel's like enormous.
Yep, that's the one that I got
yeah.
there. It was a giant pretzel.
Yeah,
I've also
or
seen
you can
pictures
get
of like a burger where like the meat is big, but then the bun is like this big.
super tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think they have, I don't know if they still have this, but when they opened, they were making headlines for having $100 sandwich because it was just massive. And so it really was to like feed a group. Also connected to it is an outdoor bar, and they have really good cocktails there.
They have really good beer too. And what I like about this bar is when they fill up with beer, it's unique where you set the bottom of the cup and it fills the beer underneath and it comes up.
Oh,
And it's supposed to be like
cool.
magical. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes it fun.
Yeah. The cocktails I've gotten have been served in like beaker test tube type with like boba tea in it. Or, like so that the like jelly bubbles.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're right. I do agree that Pim's Kitchen is a great quick service option. And again, that's located in California Adventure. Okay, but quickly going through the snacks. The first one is chimichanga. And I know you and I talked about this before. They are awesome. They have a breakfast one and then they have an afternoon one. And the breakfast one, if they sell out when they're gone. Now, if it's like 11, I think they start turning over to the lunch one. So if you want to try one of these, get there early. But they are so good. And it's great to just hold and get in line. Like you don't have to sit down for this. It is truly a good snack on the go. Another good option here that's not good for Disney World is the churros. So the classic treat, I don't know why Disney World sucks at making churros and they're always hard as rocks. But at Disneyland, they figured it out. They're really good. They're fresh. I don't know. I always try to get one if I go to Disneyland, but I avoid them at all costs if I go to Disney World.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I would rather have it in Disneyland. Proximity to Mexico, you're just on that side of the country.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, another one that's at Disneyland, so not California Adventure, where the chimichanga, I think is only at Disneyland too, but the churros at both. This one is at Disneyland. It's near Indiana Jones, and it is, it's called Bengal Barbecue. But what they have here are meats on sticks. So just like chicken meats or like beef meats on like a skewer. They have really good dipping sauce, like a chimichurri situation, but they have really good quality, tasty things. Also good to snack and walk. Anything that's on a stick, very mobile. So I like that as well. And speaking of things on sticks, another thing is a corn dog or a cheese on a stick. They love their sticks and I appreciate that. You can get corn dogs and cheese on sticks in both parks, but the one I always go to is there's one right next to, I think it's Goofy Sky School is what it's called. That
down on like the pier near Pixar Pier. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's where I always get them. So if you like a good corn dog, the batter is just so much better at Disneyland than Disney World. The corn dog nuggets at Casey's Corner are good, but these are really good. And then I've never had this one, but I've heard people that don't like corn dogs get the cheese on a stick. It's just fried cheese, but also good. And the last thing is in California Adventure at the Avengers Campus. So if you're not going to Pim's or if you still just need a snack later, get the chicken shawarma. It's very tasty. I think you can get it in a few locations, like at snack carts, but highly recommend. Also easy to snack on the go.
Nice.
Okay, well, I think that wraps it up. So I think it's time
Who's
for
hungry?
Yeah, who's hungry and who's ready for a game?
I'm ready. All right, Kate, are you ready for a game?
Always.
You have played this format before. It's initials.
Okay.
I'm going to get you to guess 5 different things that have the initials CC.
Casey's Corner.
No. But that would have been a good one. And so I have 3 hints. The hints get a little bit more obvious as we go. We'll see how many hints you need to guess. All right, first one. This structure is 189 feet tall.
Cinderella's Castle.
Yes! 189 feet tall, was built in 1971 and houses a highly coveted hotel suite. This character debuted in Plain Crazy in 1928. This character is a best friend of Minnie Mouse. This character is the girlfriend of Horace Horsecollar.
Is it Clarabelle the cow?
Yes.
Okay.
Clarabelle Cow.
I kept thinking of like, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Clarabelle.
Okay. This is located in Disneyland Park.
That's the first one.
It is themed. I mean, you already know it's CC. It is themed after 1930s Hollywood.
Oh,
It serves Southern California cuisine and retro cocktails.
what is that fancy restaurant? Circle.
Carthay Circle.
Oh, that's right. Carthay Circle.
Yep.
Okay.
This character was created by the author Lewis Carroll.
Cheshire Cat.
Yes. Has his own cafe in Magic Kingdom and is known for his mischievous grin. Last one.
Okay.
This is an attraction in Epcot. It offers complimentary samples.
Oh, cool something or something cool. They serve the free different Coke products around the world. Cool
Yes.
creations, cool cafe, cool something cool.
Club Cool.
Club cool.
The most famous beverage is Beverly from
Ugh.
Italy.
Get it if you want to be upset.
Yeah.
Nice.
If
Good
you
game.
need,
Good game.
If while you're snacking you need some free questionable beverages, go to Club Cool.
Yep. Amazing. Well,
All right.
hopefully this gets you also hungry. I know we've been doing a lot of dining options, but there's just so many awesome places to choose from. So we wanted to separate them between sit-down resorts, sit-down at theme parks, and then quick service because you're probably going to hit them all throughout your stay depending on what the situation's like. So it's good to just have a repertoire of all the best places to eat.
Yes, thank you so much, Kate, for all your wisdom.
Okay, well with that, I've been Kate.
And I've been Leanne.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
I don't need a man.